The world will have enough COVID vaccines before the end of the year, but global inequalities mean developed nations are likely to benefit as poorer countries suffer. That's according to a new report published by the Boao Forum for Asia in Beijing on Thursday. The authors are calling for a global coordination drive to guarantee the vaccines are fairly distributed. Guoxiu reports.
There is a serious vaccination gap between developed and developing countries, warn the authors of a new report by the Boao Forum for Asia. By July the 20th, the report says 26.5% of the global population have received at least one dose. Western countries generally lead other countries in the rate of vaccinations, but a stark reminder of global inequalities, less than 1% of the population in low-income countries have received at least one dose.
The WHO said the world needs 11 billion doses of vaccines to achieve the goal of having 70% of the global population inoculated. Globally, the total production capacity of COVID-19 vaccines is expected to reach this number by the end of 2021. But the question is whether or not the vaccines can be fairly distributed across the world.
The report says the U.S. has stockpiled a huge amount of vaccines at home. But there's a tremendous gap between the amount they have offered to the rest of the world and the quantities they're capable of providing. The European Union has mainly exported vaccines to middle and high-income countries. On the other hand, the report says Chinese vaccine exports have exceeded the total of all other countries and have been mainly sent to developing countries. One expert who contributed to the report says vaccines are essential to helping prevent further waves of the virus.
Last year, the wave of outbreaks were mainly in developed countries in Europe and America, while the current outbreaks are mainly in developing countries in South America and Asia. But let's hope there's not a third wave in Africa, because their vaccination rates are only several percentage points, which means there's a long way to go before the vaccines can play a function.
Although some virus mutations have lowered the efficacy of vaccines, this report suggests that vaccines are still highly effective in resisting the coronavirus. It proposes the international community to establish an effective coordination mechanism to solve the issue of vaccine availability in underdeveloped countries. Guoxiu, CGTN, Beijing.